Inverclyde Integration Joint Board Audit Committee. This meeting is being held remotely and also in person and will be filmed and recorded for live and subsequent broadcasts available through the Council's website. The Integration Joint Board is a joint data controller with Inverclyde Council and NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde under the UK General Data Protection Regulations and the Data Protection Act of 2018. This meeting will be broadcast and recorded to fulfil our public task obligation to enable members of the public to observe the democratic process. Data collected during this meeting will be retained in accordance with Council published policies available through the Council's website. Members of the Integration Joint Board are reminded that they should follow the IJB's established meeting protocols, including around the use of the chat facility, and that comments made in the chat facility are visible to all participants in the meeting, which may include members of the public who have also received invites to the meeting. Okay, thank you.
We have no apologies for absence. Chair will now move to a roll call before asking for declarations of interest. Can the following members please indicate if they're present at the meeting either in person or remotely? Councillor Quinn.
Present remotely.
Councillor Reynolds.
Present remotely.
Dr Metcalfe.
Present in the chamber.
Ms Rydell.
Present in the chamber.
And Mr McLaughlin. Are there any declarations of interest?
Okay, thank you. So we'll move to the next item, which is the minute of the meeting of the IJB on the 23rd of June 2025. So we'll just go through this for accuracy. Page 1, page 2, and page 3. Any hands? Everyone happy with the minute? I'm happy to agree with the minute. That meeting. Thank you. Okay, item 3 is the Audit Committee ruling annual work plan. Is that correct? Thank you.
Thank you very much for yourself, Chair. This is our annual work plan that we have for the IJB Audit Committee. All this basically highlights all the main items that we plan to be looking at over the next number of cycles. As is always, this is fairly straightforward and it follows a pattern. But as always, happy to take any comments or questions when we have.
Any questions or comments on that for Craig? Don't see any. Okay. Thank you, Craig. And the next item is the internal audit annual strategy and plan 25-26. Is that yourself, Andy? Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Chair. So this report sets out the proposed audit coverage for the IJB's internal audit plan for 25-26. We've reviewed the key risks and taken cognizance of any other assurance work that's been undertaken either by management or other external agencies. And for 25-26, we will carry out a review of the IJB's strategic planning and performance management arrangements, with particular focus on the 24-27 strategic partnership plan. We will also pick up on the SIPA Good Practice Guide for audit committees through a development session, which will be organised later in the year for committee members. Happy to take any questions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Any questions or comments on the internal audit strategy for this year? This paper is for approval. We're happy to approve that. Thank you. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much. And I think on the next item as well, please, the status of the external audit action plans as of July. Thank you.
Thanks, Chair. So this is a regular report to committee on the status of external audit action plans. The position is at the 31st of July. There was one action due, which has been reported as completed by management, and that is in relation to the risk management strategy. And there are 2 current actions being progressed by officers. Chair, external audit will review progress against the action plans through the 24-25 audit work. Happy to take any questions. Thank you, Chair.
Great, thank you. Any questions on that? No, great, thank you. That was for noting, so that's great, thank you. Back to my agenda. Next is the IJB risk register that you're secretary. Thank you.
Thank you very much once again to yourself, Chair. This is our update on our risk register. I just wanted to highlight a few of the key changes. Risk 3 around financial sustainability. We've increased this to a 12 to reflect the current financial challenges that we have for the 26-27 budget. And senior management started work in identifying savings to help mitigate this. Risk 5 around workforce. This has been increased to 16 to reflect the current challenges being faced in the mental health staffing side of the service. Risk 7, new strategic plan. This has been reduced as we now have a new strategic plan in place with an outcomes framework which we report against. Further report on this will be discussed later on at the full IJB around that. And finally, in this register, risk 10 has now been added to the register, and this is to reflect the new reduced working week coming into effect from the 1st of April 2026 in our health side of the world. The SNT are currently working along with the working group around the likely impacts and the impacts this will have on services, but we felt because of the nature of it, it was worthwhile to have it on the risk register. A couple of minor changes in some of the other ones, but more just around the narrative as opposed to any of the scores. But as always, happy to take any comments or questions anyone might have.
Thank you very much, Greg. Any questions or comments on the risk register or on the changes in the risk register? Nothing. Well, like just really, I know we discussed this previously as well. It's about that risk 5, the mental health, and my understanding is it's not changing, but obviously we had to increase the risk because it's not changing. And then there was something that's probably important to minute that, but we recognise that in this meeting. And also noting the consideration of the ANP rules for the consultant gaps. Maybe not through this, but I know we will get other updates through the IJB. It'd be quite good to see how that is progressing, if possible, in the next.
Can I just clarify, Chair, is that in relation to the mental health?
Yes, sorry,
strategy?
right, okay. Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant, just noting, and we discussed the risk at the previous as well, so it's just noting that we know that the risk has increased and why. It's not that things have got worse, it's that they're not got any better, but that there are other things being progressed, but we'll pick that up through me and IJB.
Thank you.
If that makes sense. Thank you. Okay, great. Then agenda item 7 is the directions update. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Chair. So this report is to ask the IJB Audit Committee to note the summary of the directions issued by the IJB from March 2025 to August 2025. Paragraph 4 of the report sets out the summary detail, and a copy of the directions log is attached as Appendix 1. Stated at paragraph 3.3, this report only provides a summary of the directions that have been issued rather than providing a comment on their content. Superseded directions from previous financial years have been removed from the log, as agreed previously by the Audit Committee, and the IJB Audit Committee's remit in respect to directions is to maintain an overview of progress with their implementation and to escalate any key delivery issues to the IJB. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you. That's great. Any questions or comments on directions? What's in? Okay. Thank you very much. I think